Curse to Golf is a roguelike 2D golf game. After a freak accident, the player character is killed and sent to the underworld. In order to escape, they'll need to golf their way out across several worlds. Each of these contains a random selection of courses which will be different on every run, along with a boss fight. As you progress through each world, you'll occasionally be able to choose to branch off and gain rewards in exchange for challenging a more difficult course. These branches will often give you access to cards. Cards grant one-time use abilities that are extremely helpful and crucial for your survival. Cards are also the one thing you're able to carry with you from run to run. Any cards removed from your inventory and placed into storage will be available for you in future runs. The underlying golf mechanics are about what you'd expect. After selecting a club, you'll click once to set your power and again to set your angle. However, unlike most golf games, you can back out of a stroke and take another stab at setting your power. It is the one and only way in which Curse to Golf is somewhat forgiving. You can also add spin to the ball after it's already been hit, allowing you to finesse your landing and pull off otherwise impossible trick shots. Each course has a set number of available strokes. Run out of strokes, and you return to the beginning of the game, or a manually placed checkpoint once you make it far enough to earn one, but even then, that checkpoint is only good once. Die again, and it's back to the beginning anyway. You can increase the number of strokes available to you by destroying gold and silver statues along the course, or by using specific cards. Curse to Golf plays excellently, but as alluded to, it is remarkably unforgiving. Even as someone who plays his fair share of roguelikes, roguelites, and rogue somewhats, Curse to Golf can be cruel at times. Much of this comes down to the fact that at no point will earlier worlds necessarily get significantly easier. Defeated bosses will stay defeated, but the road to get to them will be as treacherous as ever. Your character doesn't change much beyond a few unlockable abilities, or carry anything forward beyond those one-time use cards. As a result, as you replay early worlds, you may feel like minimal tangible progression is taking place. While it's hard to call this objectively bad, because it isn't, it does greatly limit the audience of Curse to Golf, and I can't help but feel like some level of accessibility options or slightly more obvious character progression could have smoothed this over without harming the premise of the game. Curse to Golf is an extremely compelling, if also unforgiving, game. It succeeds at being an incredibly unique take on both the roguelike and 2D golf formulas. The difficulty, though, may be off-putting to some, and an argument can be made that it would be better off with some adjustments made in that department. That being said, if you are up for the challenge, it's hard to deny the underlying quality and charm that this game exudes with every swing of the club. Curse to Golf is a big deal for relative newcomer developer Chuhai Labs. While the studio has developed and published several titles, and their lineage can be traced back through multiple companies well represented on Nintendo platforms, Curse to Golf may very well be the game that puts them on the map. This video is made possible by our generous supporters on Patreon. Did you know that Nintendo World Report is funded directly by fans like you? When you support Nintendo World Report on Patreon, you get immediate access to multiple exclusive podcasts every month, exclusive Discord channels, an early look at select content, and more, all for as little as $1 a month. Check out patreon.com/NWR for all the details.